Yo, what's good, YouTube fam? Buckle up, cause we're about to spill some wild tea. What if I told you Adolf Hitler was more scared of a dentist's drill than his own army? Yeah, mind blown. Today, we're diving into the craziest fears of history's biggest names, dictators, directors, and conquerors who ran empires but ran faster from stuff like eggs, dogs, and cockroaches. These legends were out here shaking in their boots over the most random things, and we're breaking it all down with some serious shade and laughs. From Hitler crying like a toddler to Genghis Khan dodging puppies, this list is straight up unhinged. Stick around, cause you're not ready for this. So, hit that like button, drop your weirdest fear in the comments, dentists, spiders, or maybe clowns, and let's get into it. Who's the most extra scaredy cat in history? Let's find out. Alright, fam, number 1, let's kick this off with the worst guy in history, Adolf Hitler. Picture this, the dude who started World War II, scared millions, and had an army shaking in their boots, was terrified of the dentist's chair. Like, bro, you're out here causing chaos, but a toothbrush is your kryptonite. Wild. According to post-war records, Hitler had a hardcore case of dentophobia, fear of dentists, that had him dodging appointments like they were draft notices. His teeth. A hot mess. We're talking nasty breath, abscesses, and gums so bad he had to get 10 teeth yanked in 1 year, 1944, to be exact. Climax time, his dentist, Hugo Blaschke, spilled the tea that Hitler was the worst patient, whining and delaying a simple root canal for 8 days, cause he couldn't handle the pain. Imagine this dictator, who sent millions to their doom, crying like a toddler getting a cavity filled. It's almost poetic justice, right? So, next time you're dreading the dentist, just think. At least you're not Hitler-level extra about it. Yo, this is just the start, stick around, cause a horror legend's got an even weirder fear coming up. Drop a comment if you're team dentist haters. Yo, YouTube fam, number 2, hold up, Alfred Hitchcock, the king of horror, was shook by eggs. Yeah, the dude who gave us Psycho and made showers terrifying was sprinting from a breakfast buffet like it was a slasher flick. This guy's films invented suspense, but eggs. Hard pass. Hitchcock had ovophobia, a legit fear of eggs, and it was next level weird. Climax time, in a 1963 interview, he called eggs revolting, that white, round blob with no holes and that gross, yellow yolk inside. Nope, he wouldn't even stay in the same room. Imagine the guy who scared millions gagging at the sight of an omelet. Like, bro, it's just breakfast. He said red blood was jolly, but yellow yolks. Pure nightmare fuel. Wild, right? Makes you wonder if he ever survived a diner brunch. So, next time you're cracking eggs, channel some Hitchcock-level drama and scream, no yolks. This dude's fear is straight-up meme material. Alright, stick around, cause a US president's got a phobia that's even shadier. Drop in the comments, eggs, yay or nay for you. Number 3, let's talk about a US legend who fell hard, Richard Nixon. This dude cruised to a landslide re-election in '72, but Watergate? Total faceplant. Bet you didn't know he was terrified of hospitals, like, nah, bro, I'd rather yeet myself than see a doctor, vibes. Nixon's hospital phobia was so wild, he wouldn't even visit sick friends or family. Climax alert, in 1974, he had a life-threatening blood clot but refused to step foot in a hospital, saying, if I go in, I'm never coming out. Bro, that's some horror movie-level paranoia. Spoiler, doctors finally dragged him in and saved his life. But, plot twist. Decades later, in '94, a stroke landed him in a hospital, and he didn't make it. Talk about irony hitting like a truck. Makes you wonder if he'd have dodged Watergate drama in a hospital instead of that shady complex. Next time you're stressing a doctor's visit, just think, at least you're not Nixon-level extra. Alright, hold up, cause a warlord's got a fear that's straight up bonkers next. Drop in the comments, you team hospital avoiders or nah. Number 4. Alright, YouTube fam, brace yourselves for a legend, Genghis Khan, the warlord who wiped out 40 million people like it was a Tuesday. But guess what? This dude was terrified of dogs. Yeah, the guy who made empires crumble was shaking at a puppy's bark. Talk about a plot twist. The secret history of the Mongols, basically the OG tell-all book, says Khan got spooked by dogs as a kid, maybe after one went full Cujo on him. Climax time, picture this. Khan, the ultimate tough guy, rolls up to his future in-laws' crib and begs them to lock up their dog, cause his kid's self was traumatized. These weren't cute chihuahuas, fam, Mongolian dogs were bred to rip and tear. Still, imagining Khan, who slashed carbon emissions by 700 million tons with his conquests, take that, Greenpeace, running from a pup is peak comedy. Bet he'd yeet himself off a horse to avoid a bark. So, next time your dog's giving you attitude, channel some Khan-level panic. Hold up, cause a Russian ruler's got a fear that's next-level nuts. Drop in the comments, you team, dog lovers, or, Khan's panic squad. Number 5, yo, fam, get ready for a Russian rock star, Peter the Great. This dude turned Russia into a European powerhouse in the 1700s, but he was losing it over cockroaches and high ceilings. Like, bro, you're ruling an empire but yeeting yourself out of rooms cause of bugs. Iconic. Peter had entomophobia, fear of insects, especially roaches. And a weird phobia of open spaces. Climax alert, he'd bolt from a building if he saw a roach, and once punched an officer in the face for letting one crawl near him. Talk about drama queen energy. Before stepping into any house, he'd make servants sweep every corner for bugs. And ceilings? If they were too high, he'd have tarps hung to make rooms feel smaller, total opposite of claustrophobia. Imagine this great czar freaking out like it's a reality TV meltdown. Makes you feel better about swatting a fly, right? So, next time you're dodging a bug, just know Peter's ghost is cheering you on. Hold up, cause a science legend's got a fear that hits different next. Drop in the comments, you team, bug haters, or, high ceiling nopes. Number 6, yo, YouTube fam, let's get real with a science goat, Charles Darwin. This dude dropped the theory of evolution, shook the world, and studied wild animals in far-off places. But guess what? He was terrified of leaving his house and chatting with people. Like, bro, you faced Galapagos tortoises but ghosted a Zoom call's worth of social vibes. Darwin had agoraphobia and crippling panic attacks that hit hard by age 28. Climax time, picture him struggling to breathe, dealing with nausea, and crying from panic at the thought of public speaking or meetings. He turned into a human turtle, hiding in his shell like those Galapagos buddies, even turning down a dream job with the Geological Society, cause crowds were a big nope. Poor guy, no therapy back then to help him out. Makes you feel seen if social anxiety's your thing, right? So, next time you're stressing a party, just know Darwin's got your back from history. Hold up, cause a modern dictator's got a fear that's straight up extra next. Drop in the comments. You team, social butterfly, or, Darwin's hide-in-the-shell squad. Number 7, let's end with a modern wild card, Kim Jong-il, North Korea's dictator with a love for hoops and a rap sheet of human rights nightmares. But guess what? This guy was terrified of flying. Like, bro, you're running a country but won't step on a plane. That's next level extra. Kim had a hardcore fear of flying, and it wasn't just about dodging enemy missiles. Climax time. Back in the 70s, he survived a gnarly helicopter crash that left him with nightmares and flashbacks. So, he swore off planes and choppers for life, opting for a massive armored train to travel. In 2001, he took a 24-day train ride to Russia for a diplomatic trip, one that could have been a one-day flight. Imagine the snacks for that journey, fam. This phobia legit messed with his ability to rule, keeping him grounded while the world moved on. Makes you rethink your fear of turbulence, right? So, next time you're stressing a flight, just be glad you're not Kim-level dramatic. Alright, stick around for the big wrap-up, who's the most extra scaredy cat on this list? Drop in the comments, you team, flying's fine, or, Kim's train gang. Yo, YouTube fam, what a trip. From Hitler crying at the dentist to Kim Jong-il riding a train for a month, these historical heavyweights were shook by the wildest stuff, eggs, dogs, bugs, you name it. Who knew the toughest names in history were such scaredy cats? Mind blown. Let's recap the chaos: Hitler whining like a toddler, Hitchcock dodging eggs like a horror flick, Nixon ghosting hospitals, Genghis Khan running from pups, Peter punching over roaches, Darwin hiding from crowds, and Kim saying nope to planes. Straight up unhinged. This proves everyone's got fears, even legends. So, who's the most extra on this list? Hit the comments with your pick and spill your weirdest fear. Spiders, clowns, or maybe elevators? Smash that like button if you're team no dentists, and subscribe for more crazy history tea. Let's keep the vibes high, fam. See you in the next one. Peace out.